Holy crap, guys. Welcome to another Car Meet Garage, and we have a doozy for you. Obviously, my name's Don, as always, and we're here with our good friend Brian in this absolutely incredible collection. I've said that 100 times, but I don't think we're going to be able to top this. Brian, thank you, dude, for having us here. Let's just get started on how did you get started doing cars?
Well, I've always loved cars. Never could afford the cars. And just in the last couple of years, very blessed that I could start purchasing cars and enjoying them.
You have really good taste, sir.
Thank you.
Because we keep talking about the cars, like when we do the interviews, one of the things we ask is, what are bucket list cars or a dream car of yours? And we've got, you're gonna have to help me with names here, Greg. We got a Cody Gartner and a ZR1.
Expect to buy the Z06. I was actually looking for a ZR1.
We have Justin with the Ford GT.
Like, I do like the Ford GTs. I've always wanted to own like the 05, 06 era GT. There's just something about those cars is really cool.
And we have, who was it with the 67 Camaro SS? 69. Or 69 Camaro SS. But we'll post that in the video. We are in a dream garage. Steve with the 69 Camaro SS.
Okay. It's like my dream car is a 69 SS Camaro.
You are the house of dream cars.
Yeah.
So with all these cars, what was your first car?
My original first car back at school was a 74 Bronco.
Good Bronco.
I wish I had that, today, but.
Ironically enough, we were just at another shop and they had that exact vehicle sitting in there. It was pretty cool.
Okay,
but they pulled it out of a field behind a barn, they said. Well, and there's a real Bronco sitting right there.
A real Bronco, like I said, pulled it out of the woods. That's a trail rig Bronco.
Okay, very nice.
So how long did you keep that for? For a while?
A couple of years, yeah. Then just went through regular cars, growing up. But I didn't start collecting, like I said, for 2 years. I started with that one in 21.
So we can get going with that one.
That's a 2021 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack wide body, 6-speed manual with a shaker. Bought that Frankenmuth. And a great car. A lot of power.
They're extremely comfortable.
Very comfortable to drive. When I ride in the ZR1, obviously you're lower to the ground, you feel all the whole road. You get in that car and it's like driving a Cadillac.
Right, because a Corvette, I mean, people, if they complain about the way a Corvette rides, they probably should have bought a Cadillac or something, because you buy a Corvette because of the way they ride.
You want to feel the road.
You want to feel the road.
Correct.
So is there anything done? Most of these are all stock?
That's all stock. Okay. I was going to do some exhaust and I decided to leave it alone. I like the sound of it.
They do sound pretty good at bone stock.
Yes, they do. After that, I bought my wife the 69 Camaro convertible. Believe it or not, the homeowner that built our home, that was his car. So it came back home. So that was her retirement and birthday gift, and that's her ice cream getter. So after that, I had to have another car. So we
had to
have another car. So one of my other favorites was 1955 Chevy. It's got a 383 stroker in it. It's got the electronic exhaust, tan leather interior. It's all chromed out motor. Nice cruising car. I take that out and you put the windows down and it's, people are giving you the high fives, the thumbs up, and very cool car. Then that wasn't enough. I had to have enough more.
Wait, this isn't a back and forth where you get one, your wife gets one, you get one?
No. It was all about me.
Okay.
So after that, then I jumped to the 67 Chevelle Resto Mod. It's got an LS3 in it. It's got, it's painted chassis. It's all done up underneath. It's very clean. These cars do not see rain. They don't go down gravel roads or, you know, any dirt, dust. They're pampered, but that is a beautiful car. I actually saw that at Mecum, Dallas. And
oh, that car was on Mecum, Dallas?
That was at Mecum, Dallas
cool.
last year. I was going to bid on it, and I backed out and I bought the 55. And I knew who the builder was, Killer Hot Rods of Texas, so I called them up and they put me in contact with the owner. Contacted him, we made a deal, and I had it brought up.
Ooh, and in all fairness, that 55 was a solid choice. Like, I love a good Chevelle, but that 55 is,
Both of those are cruising, windows down, fun cars.
I can, in that 55, my ex-brother-in-law, Mike, is building a 57, the same color combination, but it's a big tire car. But it's absolutely beautiful. I love that color. What's the color called?
Well, there's actually, I was at a car show and there was 4 different colors of that color. So right now, I'm not even sure what that color is.
In true GM fashion, the same color, but call it 4 different things.
Yeah, so the owner told me it was Tahiti turquoise, and it's not Tahiti turquoise. So I do have a paint code mixed up from Finish Master. They put the gun on it and, you know, came up with the turquoise color and the cream color. So I do have some touch up. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And then the Chevelle's mineral gray.
Oh, nice. I think your perfect and my perfect are completely separate. I mean, it's pretty nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's incredible. Sorry, I'm going to get quiet a couple of times. If I cry, don't be shocked, because this is gorgeous in here.
So then after the Chevelle, we thought we were done.
And then,
and then, I mean, I've always liked the C6 Corvette frame model, and then I saw the ZR1. So I said, let's go get that, and that came from Colorado. It's got probably just under 20,000 miles on this, but it's a beast of a car. 638 horse, 604 foot-pounds of torque. It's a beast.
right, and there's like, you can have 600 horsepower in a Challenger and 600 horsepower in a Corvette, and they feel completely different.
Yep.
It's a different kind of power in a Corvette. And Brandon, by the way, because you're sitting back there, I hate you because now I kind of want a C6 over a C7. And then right, in a Can-Am, and then someone puts me in a C7 and changes my mind.
C6 has just got the sexy lines. I don't even want to say lines, the body style to it. The C7's more cut lines.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's
angular lines.
Brandon let me sit in their Grand Sport, and that thing is beautiful too. And I'm sitting in that ZR1 before I leave, by the way.
Yep, sitting in any of them.
And then this guy that we're like, we're going to put in the background. What vehicle should we?
This was going to be the end car for a little while, and then a friend of Brandon is mine who picks up and transports my cars. The 4GT is my dream car. I figured in about 4 years I'd sell a couple cars and get this, and he posted it for a friend. It was in Maryland. I couldn't pass it up, told the wife we got to get one more car. And so we made the deal and just brought it here, I think it was the end of September. I do have the original wheels and tires, so those are put away. I went with the 19s and 20s, and some Forge Line wheels are pretty similar to the factory wheels. And yeah, you drive the ZR1 and it's a hell of a car, but you get in this, not the same.
Oh, right, because that's a 5.4 supercharged.
550, or this thing screams.
Right, and like even between the comparison between the Challenger and the Corvette, power in one car does not feel like power in a different car.
Right.
And you can say, oh, this car has this power, but it feels completely different in different models.
Yes, I mean the GT and the ZR1, when I say in third gear, they have long legs. Those things squat and they just pull and they take you.
Oh, what is it? Pontiac that said pure driving excitement? Is that Pontiac saying?
It puts a smile on your face.
And that's all that matters. And like, I'm just still in absolute awe because, like I said, I mentioned earlier, we've done a bunch of these. I think you're like the 16th or something or 15th, and we've joked around about that every single car that someone has mentioned is in here. And it's incredible to see that. We're like, holy crap, there's that, and there's that, and there's that, and holy crow.
All special cars. They all drive different, feel different. They have their fun factor. But yeah, for me, the GT all day long. I could get rid of everything else and just have that. And
that sees me. There's actually a question, because I was going to say, which one's your favorite?
They're all great. I love them all, especially for a nice cruise. But now that I've got this thing, this is my baby. That's the thing to drive. And
it's an incredible car.
A lot of people don't even know what it is. I got to worry about, when I don't pull up next to somebody, I stay behind them or in front of them. I've talked to other GT owners. People aren't paying attention because they're looking at you.
Because they're trying to figure out what it is.
They got their phones out. So, and because it sits so low, a friend that I met, Rich Brooks, the GT guy, I met him down at M1 Concourse this last summer at American Speed Fest. And he was telling me about the GT. He's got one in his shop that a lady in a Tahoe didn't see him. She looked over because he's so low, didn't see him, and drove over the front of his, she's made a right and drove, So you got to pay attention and watch the people, because they're in awe of what is this car? And
right, because they only made it for a few years and they discontinued it until they just released another one a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, that one just ended. I think 23 was the last year for the Gen 3.
Yeah.
The Gen 1 or the GT40, then Ford came out in 2005 and 6 with the second gen, the Ford GT, then the third generation with the V6 supercharged on that.
Right, and they did this car right. Like, I'm a GM guy, and these cars are absolutely just beautiful to look at.
Yes.
And I know it's in the background. I know Greg takes amazing pictures and stuff, and I'm sure we'll get more pictures for you. Actually, we'll probably send Kenzie over to get all the pictures of these things for us, and it doesn't do any justice without being in front of it.
You got to see it. And the same thing with even starting it up. I just had an X pipe on it because I thought it was a little too tame for this kind of car. And now with that X pipe, it brought it to life. This thing sounds great. It should have sounded like this from the factory.
So is there anything else done to the Ford GT beside the X pipe?
Just the X pipe I had put on. Yep.
But sometimes it's all you need, because some people, you can appreciate just you can hop in it, drive to a show, you don't have to worry about it, and it just sounds good, drives good. You don't have, and they're already making 500 and change and 600 and change, and it's super awesome. I forgot to ask, is there anything done to the ZR1?
Nothing. Nope. Kept it stock. My goal is just to enjoy them for a couple of years, whatever, and then I'll sell them and let someone else enjoy them, and whatever the flavor catches my eye. But like I said, once I've got this, I'm not sure what's going to top that.
That would be an Enzo Ferrari, maybe?
Well, I originally was looking at, I was thinking about getting a new C8 Z06 because of the long wait times, and I was hearing transmission. It's still a Chevy Corvette. And then this thing popped up, but I was looking at the 488 Ferrari. We were just out in Vegas. I drove one, loved it. I did drive a Porsche 992, the GT3 RS. If you're a track person, that's the car to have. It was an awesome car. But I don't know if any of those two cars is going to top this thing.
Yeah, that's a hard one to top. So beside this, I know you've mentioned a couple of Ferraris and stuff, is there anything that's in your wheelhouse that you want to own in, say, the next 5 years? Normally we ask what's the 5-year plan for these cars. I want to ask what's the next 5 years for your collection here.
Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, this was my dream car. It wasn't supposed to happen for about 4 years. I may have added the Ferrari, but I don't know what's going to top this. Even if I went to the third gen, talking to enough GT owners, they say this is the second generation is the one to have.
Oh, that's sweet. So this car is absolutely beautiful. It's Ford GT, and we've asked a few people about brand loyalty, and I don't think you do in here. Is there any way you prefer to lean over the other?
Nope, I don't lean one way or the other. I purchase what I like, and these are just cars. Besides the dream car, the 55, 67, the C6, Challenger, I've just always loved those cars. So yeah, no brand loyalty.
So which car do you drive the most out of all of them?
I spread the love around. Usually in the summer we have Green Acres Plaza has a car meet on Friday night.
Yep.
So I try to rotate each car through. Even if I do a couple car shows, I'll take different cars. Or if we go down to M1 Concourse for their cars and coffee, we'll take a different car each time. So yeah, spread the love.
Spread the love around.
Yeah.
And plus it keeps the miles off them. So if you're driving one more than the other.
Yep, and that's going to be kind of tough because once I got that, I've been driving the heck out of it.
Oh man, it's hard though, but is it going to be your forever car?
No, probably since I've got this now, maybe in a couple years, I'll stretch it out to 3. I've had it, enjoyed it, and I'll let someone else enjoy it, and I'll find something else, whatever it might be.
Because I know there's people hunting for those things all over the place.
Yep, I don't think I have a problem getting rid of actually any of these cars, and someone else can enjoy them, but I'm not sure what I'd replace them with, because it's just, I'm blessed that I could get the ones I truly love.
Right, because there's a saying, go big or go home, and you went big.
I went big, yeah.
You definitely went big.
I did.
I keep looking around here, so I look terrible on camera, and I don't even care. Because even your shop in here is incredible. Like I see you have a lounge in there with the TV.
Yep.
I like all the decor on the walls is super cool too.
Yeah, I've been collecting for a while, knowing in the future I was going to have a man cave or a car garage. And that day happened a couple of years ago. And
Did you knock it out of the park?
yeah, it was pretty raw in here. So we had the floors done. So I knew what I wanted. I had a vision in my head. I did the painting of the blue, had the tin work done and insulated. And I had almost half of these signs. But once we went to purchase this home, I started buying the signs, the gas pumps. Some are reproduction. That's an original one. And I got one outside that's original. But yeah, I've had a vision and just started putting it on the wall and stuff I see out there. So it's just my downtime room. I'll come out here at night and just turn all the neon on, turn the overhead lights off, put the radio on, and just look at the glow radiating off the cars. So.
Oh, this is super relaxing. I know it's a really expensive relaxing room, but it is a car guy, I can appreciate it because I think it's money well spent, because if you're doing something that you love and that you love to look at,
yep.
This is all art. Some people buy a Picasso to hang on the walls, and as car guys, we buy cars to look at in the garage.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
Life is short. If you're able to do it, whether it's 1 car, 5 cars, 15, whatever your number is, do it now.
Right.
Because we're not guaranteed tomorrow.
We're not guaranteed tomorrow.
We're not. Enjoy your life and do what you want to do and whatever it might be.
So beyond the cars, do you have any other hobbies that you do?
No, not really. I like to stay busy. I'm a retired firefighter, or I should say fire inspector, fire investigator, Saginaw Township Fire Department. Been there a number of years. Very proud of that department. So after that, I got a little bored and hooked up with a company that I've done snow plowing with, and I've known the owner, and so I go there part-time to stay busy. But hobbies are just my cars. Just cleaning them and driving them. That's my hobby.
It's a good hobby to have. And I was we were just over at your neighbor's house across the street, and I was talking about, I live in the wrong dang neighborhood. Although I live in a pretty good neighborhood, because people in my neighborhood, we all have cars, we all do stuff. But nothing like this. This is a completely different level, and I can 100% get on board with this.
Well, I talk about Brandon, the neighbor, took me for a ride in his Trans Am, which you've seen, and I was out cutting grass, and he's, come on, let's go, and took me for a ride, and he's got a little phone video of me, and that's the fastest thing I've ever been in. It's scary fast.
One, right?
Like, wow. So,
yeah, man, this is just awesome in here.
Thank you.
We got to get you out to some of our car meets with at least one of them. We'll give him a nice parking spot next to Seth with the McLaren 720S.
Oh, there we go.
And that's a cool car too.
That's a cool car.
Extremely cool. And do you have you know, not everybody does. Do you have any social medias where people can, because if you don't, dude, make this happen, because this is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I
collection.
don't do anything really social media. Facebook, I'll put some pictures on every now and then. Or if we have our car party at the end of the summer with friends, that's on our Facebook or on YouTube. You can see what that was all about. But yeah.
Dude, this is the best collection we've been in so far. It's not
Thank
taken
you.
away from anybody that we've done so far, but as far as like garage spaces, and Brandon nailed it. He goes, "You want to come do mine? You got to come over and see my neighbors." And I'm like, okay. He kind of rifles some of the stuff that's in here. I was not, you don't appreciate it till you're in it. And I want to thank you for inviting us in here. I really do.
Anytime.
Dude, you have a good one. I hope we get an
Thank you.
invite, at least Greg and I, to the end of the summer thing.
And summer car
So,
bash.
absolutely.
Keep you in mind.
I'm actually pull the 30th out for that one. Maybe we'll actually try to drive it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the follow and like buttons, and catch you in the next one.
Take care.